Welcome, friend. In a world full of noise, may this moment be your gentle pause. Today, we'll explore a teaching that invites stillness, clarity, and inner peace. We will walk a path together, one that leads us away from a question that so many of us ask in times of pain. That question is, why me? It is a question that often looks for someone or something to blame. But what if the answer is not outside? What if the key to freedom is found by turning around and looking gently within? Today we explore the profound freedom in taking responsibility for your suffering. This is not about blaming yourself. It is the opposite. It is about discovering your power to heal, to transform, and to find a peace that no external storm can disturb. Let us begin this journey. When life brings us pain, our first instinct is often to search for a cause outside of ourselves. We blame our job, our family, the state of the world, or even the weather. It feels natural, almost like a reflex. We create a story where we are the victim of circumstances. This story can feel comforting for a moment, but it also takes away our strength. The Buddha, in his deep compassion, looked at suffering and saw its true origin. He taught that while external events can certainly trigger pain, the real root of our suffering is internal. He pointed to something called tanha, which means thirst or craving. It is this constant, deep-seated wanting for things to be different than they are. It is the clinging to pleasure, the pushing away of pain. This craving is fueled by what are known as the three poisons. The first is greed or grasping, the endless desire for more. The second is aversion or hatred, the wish to destroy or avoid what we dislike. And the third, the root of them all, is ignorance. This is not a lack of knowledge, but a deep misunderstanding of reality. It is the mistaken belief that lasting happiness can be found in fleeting things. These poisons of the mind are what turn a painful event into lasting suffering. A difficult situation might be like a spark, but it is our own inner reactivity that becomes the fuel for the fire. The Buddha taught that our experiences are often the result of our own past actions, or karma, not as a punishment from an outside force, but as a natural consequence, like planting a seed and watching it grow. Our thoughts, words, and deeds are seeds. Kind and mindful actions plant seeds of peace. Angry or thoughtless actions plant seeds of distress. We are the farmers of our own lives. This teaching is not meant to be heavy. It is meant to be liberating. If we are the ones who plant the seeds, then we also have the power to choose which seeds we plant from this moment forward. So when we feel pain, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can gently ask, "What is this feeling within me?" This is the beginning of taking our power back. May you have the courage to look at the tangled threads of your heart with kindness. For in understanding the cause, we find the path to peace. The habit of blame is like a heavy chain. Every time we point a finger at someone else, we add another link. It feels like we are protecting ourselves, but we are actually building our own prison. When we blame, we give our power away. We are saying that our happiness depends on someone else changing. We are waiting for the world to rearrange itself to our liking, which is a wait that never ends. This keeps us in a cycle of anger and helplessness. The same situations repeat, and we feel the same frustrations because we are not addressing the real source, the reaction within our own heart. The Buddha's guidance is radical and simple. Turn inward. The path to freedom is not in changing the world, but in understanding and purifying our own mind. To stop blaming is an act of immense courage. It means we are ready to meet ourselves, to sit with our discomfort, and to learn from it instead of running from it. Imagine the energy you spend on being angry at others or replaying hurtful events in your mind. What if you could redirect all that energy toward your own healing? This is the moment of awakening. It is the realization that the key to the cage has been in our own pocket the entire time. Blame was just a distraction that kept us from looking for it. Letting go of blame does not mean condoning harmful actions. It does not mean you have to forget what happened. It simply means you are choosing not to carry the poison of resentment in your own heart anymore. It is an act of profound self-love, You are saying, my inner peace is more important than my need to be right. My freedom is more important than holding on to this story of blame. When you stop watering the weeds of blame, a new space opens up within you, a space where healing can finally begin to grow. May you feel the strength in letting go of the heavy burden of blame. May you feel the lightness that comes from taking your heart back into your own care. Once we have made the courageous choice to stop blaming, we can ask, what now? How do we begin to heal? The path of the Buddha offers us gentle, practical tools for this very journey. The first practice is mindfulness, or what we can call observing the mind. It is the simple act of paying attention to your inner world without judgment. It is like becoming a kind scientist of your own experience. You sit quietly and just notice the thoughts, feelings, and sensations that arise. When anger comes, you say to yourself, this is anger. You don't have to act on it or push it away. You just observe it. In this space of observation, you begin to see that feelings are like weather patterns. They come and they go. They are not you. You are the sky, not the clouds. This practice weakens the power of the three poisons. When you observe greed, it loses its urgency. When you observe anger, its fire begins to cool. When you observe confusion, clarity begins to dawn. The second practice is developing what is called right view. This is about gently reminding yourself of the truth you have learned, that suffering arises from internal causes. When you feel pain, you can gently remind yourself, this is the result of craving. This is the sting of aversion. This understanding itself is a powerful medicine. It stops you from falling back into the trap of blame. Finally, and most importantly, we practice compassion for ourselves. This is the key that unlocks everything else. Taking responsibility is not about being harsh or critical with yourself. You have been carrying a heavy burden for a long time. The process of healing requires immense tenderness. When you notice old habits of blaming arise, just meet them with a soft heart. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend who is struggling. Offer yourself words of kindness. May I be patient with my healing. May I be free from self-judgment. May I be happy. You are the one holding the key to your own inner freedom. It is made of mindfulness, wisdom, and above all, a gentle and compassionate heart. Today, I invite you to try a small experiment. For just one day, or even 1 hour, make a gentle commitment to not blame anyone or anything for your feelings. When a difficult feeling arises, just pause, breathe, notice it in your body, and say to yourself, this feeling is here. I am responsible for how I care for this feeling. You might be surprised by what you discover. You might find a sense of quiet strength you did not know you had. You might feel a space of peace opening up, right in the midst of your difficulty. This is the path of awakening. It is walked one moment, one breath at a time. It is the journey from feeling like a victim of the world to becoming the gentle caretaker of your own heart. Thank you for being here. If this teaching brought you calm or insight, consider sharing it with one person or many. May you walk gently today with peace in your heart. Until next time.